Some cinema stars make an appearance with a single breakthrough performance and then quietly go, while others have careers that track a string of cultural touchstones, roles that resurface in discussions decades later, not just out of nostalgia, but because they contributed to defining the mood of a time. Larter is definitely in the second group. Her work is a time capsule of millennial pop culture, ranging from high-concept horror and glossy comedy to late 90s teen dramas. What's most interesting now, though, is not just what she did at the time, but also how she views it now. Larter's responses to Varsity Blues, Final Destination, and the several productions that followed show a performer who is aware of the chaos, craft, and luck that go into building a successful career. Gratitude, humor, and possibly, most remarkably, a sense of progress are all present. She doesn't detach herself from them, but she also doesn't romanticize every experience. According to her, those movies are parts of a longer narrative that is still being created. The Varsity Blues Shockwave Varsity Blues, which was released on the eve of the new century, was more than just a football film. It was a cultural phenomenon. Teenage rebellion combined with Friday Night Lights produced a mixture of earnestness and craziness. For Larter, who portrayed Darcy Sears, the movie was a watershed. Although she had previously worked as an actress and model, Varsity Blues launched her into the public eye. In retrospect, Larter frequently chuckles at how little everyone involved understood the direction the movie would take. Memes and viral clips weren't intended for the famous scenes, quotable lines, explosive locker room clashes, and sure, moments that would live forever on MTV countdowns. They merely attempted to convey an exaggerated narrative about identity, pressure, and small-town expectations. Larter's current response to the movie is a combination of respect and laughter. She understands that Darcy, as written, mirrored the complex connection of the time with female characters. Aggressive but filtered via the male gaze, confident yet objectified. Playing Darcy at the time meant assuming the role of the star and negotiating the attention that accompanied it. Larter saw the part as a test of self-possession years later, one that taught her how to be strong in a field that quickly categorizes young women based on a single image. For her, the friendship endures more than the controversy or the show. She spoke lovingly about the group, the long hours, and the sense that everyone was learning at the same time. Looking back, Varsity Blues provided her resilience in addition to stardom. Becoming a final girl and escaping death, Final Destination cemented Larter's reputation in the history of the genre, even if Varsity Blues brought her to a wider audience. The idea was straightforward and terrifying. Death is inevitable. In the role of Clear Rivers, Larter became the film's emotional fulcrum, turning commonplace items into terrifying tools. Her response to Final Destination stems from her admiration for its uniqueness. This movie offers something uncommon during a period when slashers dominated the horror genre. A villain you couldn't see and a fate you couldn't avoid. Larter realized that Clear was dealing with trauma, survivor's guilt, and the persistent hum of worry in addition to just fleeing danger. Larter was able to explore vulnerability without compromising power thanks to this psychological depth that gave the role weight. Larter is frequently taken aback by the film's resilience when he revisits it today. The pacing, the slow-burning tension, and the realistic effects are still powerful. She gives the directors credit for allowing characters to breathe and for relying on atmosphere rather than extravagance. She saw Clear Rivers as a new type of final girl who relied on emotional intelligence and intuition rather than bluster. The fact that fans still ask her about the film may be the most telling. People talk about the first time they saw it, the scene that made them cringe, or the habit they now can't break because of it decades later. Larter responds to these tales with sincere joy. For her, the real test of success is that long-lasting effect. Self-reinvention in Legally Blonde, Larter easily transitioned from the flash of teen drama and the intensity of terror to comedy. A different challenge and a lighter tone were provided by Legally Blonde. Larter's portrayal of Brooke Taylor Wyndham, a fitness expert entangled in a murder case, was beautiful, humorous, and surprisingly likable. Her response to Legally Blonde is characterized by love. She frequently remarks on how welcome it was to be a part of a movie that honored female ambition without being cynical. The cast, under the direction of Reese Witherspoon, fostered a supportive rather than competitive environment, and the script struck a mix between warmth and humor. Larter likes how the movie defied expectations. The message underneath the pink gloss was one of intelligence, tenacity, and not being undervalued. For her, Brooke represented yet another chance to delve into subtleties in a seemingly stereotypical part. Because of her genuine portrayal of the role, viewers were able to laugh with her rather than at her. In retrospect, Larter sees Legally Blonde as a reminder that diversity is important. It demonstrated her ability to switch between genres with ease, which will be useful to her in the years to come. The Heroes era and television depth. Larter enthusiastically embraced television as the industry changed, and it started to draw cinematic talent. A new aspect of her skills was displayed in her part on Heroes. Playing two characters, Tracy Strauss and Nikki Sanders, needed narrative nimbleness and emotional accuracy. Larter's response to Heroes is one of realism mixed with pride. She recognizes the difficulties of serialized narrative, including the strain of audience expectations, lengthy arcs, and changing scripts. She does, however, also appreciate the independence it provided. In a manner that movies seldom allow, television gave her the opportunity to live with characters over time and examine growth and conflicts. Heroes was a turning moment in Larter's development. It was now about workmanship rather than breaking in or demonstrating adaptability. She loved the opportunity to create multifaceted women that existed outside of a single plot. Development, motherhood, and viewpoint, the way that life experience has changed Larter's relationship with her job, is among the most remarkable aspects of her reflections. Her priorities changed, especially after becoming a mother. She talks openly about redefining success, picking ventures that fit with her principles, and how to say no. There is empathy for her younger self, the ambition, the fragility, the need to fit in when she responds to her older movies now. She contextualizes the past rather than recoiling from it. Each character becomes a symbol of her current identity, molded by instinct and opportunity. Additionally, Larter highlights her appreciation for timing, partners, and an audience that is still interested in her work. Long-term connections are uncommon in a field where people tend to forget things easily. She is aware of that and respects it. The durability of moments in pop culture. Why are Final Destination and Varsity Blues still important? Larter's response provides a hint. The terror of anticipation, the frailty of life, and the excitement of youth were all common themes in these movies. Their emotional essence is still accessible despite the fact that they are products of their era. According to Larter, honesty is the key to longevity. She tried to keep her performances grounded in reality, even in exaggerated situations. This dedication strikes a chord, enabling viewers to rewatch the movies without sarcasm. They recall how they felt when they first saw them and how those emotions changed over time. Considering the future while respecting the past, Larter carries her past with confidence instead of burdens while she works. She responds to her legendary roles as foundations rather than relics. She learns self-control, humility, and the value of flexibility from them. Her experience serves as evidence that a career isn't always a straight line. It's a patchwork of moments captured, lessons learned, and risks taken. Larter exemplifies a genuine definition of success by accepting both the highs and the lows. Larter not only reflects but also reframes Varsity Blues, Final Destination, and other works. Understanding the past is more important than trying to avoid it. And she discovers freedom as well as pride in that realization.